there's a lot of shittiness in the world right now, and it feels a little bit like the bad news is just piling up. And I have this little thing that happened to me a few weeks ago that I just keep thinking back on. And so, yeah, I'm just going to share. So on April 27th, I received an email with the subject line, réservation confirmée. I don't think you need to speak French to understand what that means. It's a confirmed reservation. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, what the hell is this? What am I didn't sign up to anything. And, I get a lot of messages and a lot of emails. And so after a while, you start just like filtering things a little bit more. I don't know, you don't pay attention to this kind of thing because it could just be spam. Like, I didn't know what the hell it was. And I remember asking a couple people what Théâtre de la Ville was, and nobody really was able to give me an explanation or a solid answer. So I didn't think about it. So basically, wasn't able to answer my questions, didn't know what this was, and I completely forgot about it until May 8th when I received another email from them the day before my appointment with the subject line, Rappel, samedi 9 mai 2020, 17h. So basically reminding me of my appointment. Still no explanation. I still don't know what it is, but I don't know. My curiosity has been piqued. But once again, I get a lot of messages. I think my attention was pulled away and I forgot about it. I forgot about even this reminder email. So 5 p.m. on May 9th rolls around and I remember I was vacuuming and my phone starts ringing and I'm looking at my phone and there's an unknown number that is calling me, which I think any ordinary person would just be like, okay, I'm not answering that or whatever. I'll let it go to voicemail. But I remembered these emails and I was just, I don't know. I guess I'm too curious. I had to know what the heck was going on. On the other end of the call is a French female voice. And she explains to me that Théâtre de la Ville is basically like a cultural establishment, cultural organization or cultural center or something along those lines in France, here in Paris. And they were calling people who were feeling lonely during the quarantine period. Mind you, May 9th is still before the whole like déconfinement, so I was limited to 1 kilometer from my home. And so I asked the lady, like, how do you guys have my personal phone number, my email? Like, how do you have this information, basically? And she told me she had no idea. Somebody must have submitted that information on my behalf, I suppose. And I thought back and I was like, oh my gosh, somebody with my personal contact info probably saw my video on loneliness and did this. And so the lady explained like what they were essentially doing was offering people the chance to speak with somebody for a few minutes and also to read poetry. And so she asked me, like, is there a particular topic that you would like to hear poetry about right now? And I thought for a moment and I told her, I really miss traveling, which for the record, I recognize just shows you how privileged I am. But I think, especially in that moment, and things have calmed down a little bit since then, but especially in that moment, I felt, I was just really missing the freedom of movement and the ability to go places, without worrying about police stopping you or whatever. And so basically this very kind lady found a poem from their archives or their library, or I don't know where she got this, but she found this poem, she read it to me. And I was just so touched by the whole thing, the fact that somebody thought of me and that this lady was reading me this poetry, given the context and the situation and how loneliness and this really weird world we're living in right now is impacting all of us. And so, I don't know, maybe this is dumb, but I thought I would read the poem right now. For the record, the poem is in French. My French is far from perfect. I do have what I consider a strong foreign accent, so please forgive me for that, but I'm gonna go for it anyway. So the poem's called Se pétrir d'un voyage by Maëlle, RANOUX. Je me souviens de l'océan, chaud et doux, s'entêtant à me séduire, s'allongeant sur mes rêves. Face au torrent agité, crissant, d'ici, je me souviens de la vie là-bas. Légère, fluide comme une rivière, traversante, dans un horizon sans barrière. Je me souviens aussi du souvenir de vous, mes êtres des murs, comme des arbres absents, dont l'ombre fraîche manquait sur mes rives. Je me souviens de l'océan, je me souviens de vous absents. Je me souviens encore de ceux, là-bas, restés sur le soleil ardent, sur les rives de ma rivière absente. Mais quelle est cette mélodie? Oui, je la reconnais. C'est la triste mélodie du départ. C'est la joyeuse mélodie de l'ailleurs. Elle me pose, elle m'apaise, elle m'étreint, elle m'appelle, elle porte mon chagrin, elle transporte mon espoir. Vos lignes monotones m'animent, vos schémas chauds m'envolent, votre hiver glaçant m'échauffe, votre été bouillant m'exalte, vos grises mines m'amusent, vos âmes, à moi me lient, à moi m'attachent, à vous m'attachent. I should probably take a poem reading course of some kind, but anyway, I really wanted to share that for a couple of reasons. I think, one, this made me realize that if you're hurting or if you need help, it doesn't hurt to say something. Whoever this person was that did this, I don't know if they could have known how I was feeling if I didn't put it out there, And the other thing that really struck me about all this is just the power of little acts of kindness, especially anonymous acts of kindness. I think people really need that right now. There's a lot of stress and anxiety and fear right now that's completely justifiable because of everything that's going on. And the power of doing something like this is, it's the reason why I wanted to make this video. So anyway, thank you to whoever it was that did this. And yeah, I hope you guys have a nice day.